Senator Kavashish.
Thank you. I rise to take note of answers to questions to the government, and I'm thinking about the different answers across the uranium industry, energy prices and nuclear, and there really weren't a lot of clear answers. There was a lot of rhetoric and a lot of reference to the Coalition's nuclear policy, which part of which was announced last week, which is really interesting because there is this ongoing deflection around key elements of the government's own work and the government's own policy, which we don't seem to hear a lot about. We hear a lot about what the former government did and what the opposition is doing now, but very little around what the government is doing. And it really saddened me to hear about, this fantastic $300 energy rebate. A lot of the social media from members and senators from the other side are talking about how people are going to have access to that from the 1st of July. Well, they're not. It's $75 a quarter. And the problem is that everybody gets it. So people that don't need it at all will get it, and people who really, really, really need it are going to have to wait to get it $75 a quarter. And I don't really think that that's the right messaging that we should be sending when we're actually meant to be caring about people, as Senator Grogan indicated. But the thing that I want to talk about most is around the technology in nuclear submarines and nuclear safety. So these were some questions to Senator Wong, and it made me pause to think, because she commented on the Lucas Heights reactor, and I'll be quite open, I don't know as much about that as I should, so it led me to do a little bit of research. And I discovered that that reactor or that site is called ANSTO. So that's Australian Nuclear Science and Technology Organisation. That is the site. And it's Australia's Centre of Excellence for Nuclear. And it has a mandated role to advise the Australian government on all nuclear and science technology matters. And I thought that was really interesting. What is nuclear stewardship? Well, it says on their website that nuclear stewardship is the responsible planning, operation, application, management and leadership of nuclear facilities and technologies to ensure the highest levels of safety, security, safeguards and sustainability. I think that's pretty important and pretty impressive that we have a facility that is already achieving those things. And further on, I discovered that they're responsible for planning, operating, the application, management and leadership of nuclear facilities and technologies to ensure that the highest levels of safety, security, safeguards and sustainability are met to maximise utilisation, benefit and assurance for the people of Australia. And apparently this open pool Australian Lightwater or OPAL multi-purpose reactor is one of the most advanced reactors in the world. So the answer to the question that was put to Senator Wong would have been yes, this is very, very safe. And it's as safe as the AUKUS submarines. But then the other really interesting thing that I came across, and this sort of thought came to my mind when Senator McDonald asked Senator Gallagher a question, who responded, what a joke, this is all a joke, what you guys are doing. Well, it's actually not a joke. It's really important because this is an Australian asset, effectively. It's a capability and it's a skill that we have, particularly in the science and technology realm. And when I was having a look on the website, I actually found a really interesting letter from the Honourable Ed Husick right after his appointment as Minister for Industry and Science. And I'm going to read a few excerpts from that letter if I have time, but the key one is, ANSTO is well positioned to support government and industry in catalysing Australia's energy transition towards net zero emissions. I expect ANSTO to be impartial with respect to the role of nuclear energy in Australia's pathway to net zero and to use its expertise in climate science, materials science and environmental science to contribute to this objective. And I think what that leads us to understand is that when we want to solve the energy problem, we need to look at a balanced approach.